Good Saturday morning to you. Well, a little bit of snow in parts of Bennington in the southern counties. Around Route 9, as you head over toward Brattleboro, a little bit of snow has been falling. This is Bennington here. And then on Route 9 specifically, we hit Woodford here and see a little bit of snow that's been falling. And this is kind of backing in from a coastal system. And it is enough to cause a little bit of dicey travel in some of the higher terrain, especially as you get into southern Vermont and points south. We'll take a look at that. Area of low pressure, kind of elongated in nature, working off the pretty far off the east coast, well southeast of Cape Cod. Just enough to cause a lifting mechanism and picking up by radar, and some of that's been rotating back. Some of the cloud cover indication is that it's rolling back into Vermont. So maybe the far northern areas later on this afternoon, maybe parts of the Champlain Valley could see a little bit of sunshine. And looking at the latest modeling, you can see some of the clouds rolling back into Vermont through about, looks like mid-afternoon. But the European model has an indication that we're going to see some clearing skies, and this does take place as we get into the evening hours by all the computer modeling. But still, some indicated some snow, and it is interesting to see a little bit of a late season snowfall here in late March. Not really that unusual, but winter just keeps hanging on, and we'll run that again here. This is valid 10 o'clock this morning, 11 o'clock, noon, and so forth. So a little bit of snowfall here to be picked up. And this is a snowfall accumulation, but temperatures stay far enough above the freezing mark that I doubt that this is really going to take place. But it's a close call with some wet snow and a little smidgen in the higher elevations here today. Total snowfall by 11 o'clock this evening. So these symbols here are showing snow where it is snowing across portions of southern Vermont and up to the Springfield area, but fairly light flurry activity here. This is mostly confined on a line roughly about there. And with a bit of a northwest flow, we're seeing colder air beginning to pull in, and temperature is relatively cold here. As you see, temperatures basically in the 20s, and that's kind of where we're going to stay pretty much all day. One other thing I'd like to show you is the interesting to note here is the ice on the Great Lakes. Take a look at this, and I'll try to pull this a little bit better here. So this is ice on Lake Erie, and you can see ice on Lake Ontario, the eastern end of Lake Ontario. And then on Lake Huron, Georgian Bay is covered with quite a significant amount of ice. Looks like most of the ice is cleared out across Lake Michigan, except in the very far northern areas. Lake Superior has got some pretty good ice on it with a very cold winter. And interesting to note, look at the temperatures this morning up here. Egads, 11 below zero. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights Consulting.